life, style, record.
This is more than just rap, it's a lifestyle. Got me trapping, making money on my PayPal. Keep the 9 on me, nigga, like it's K-Cow. I took the whole pill, boy, I ain't coming down. I got some pills and some pounds, send them out of town. She said the pussy wet, so I'm tryna drown. Now I don't listen to nobody, got my own sound. I'm the ringleader, boy, you a fucking clown. Now if it ever go down, yeah, I'm down for it. Yeah, I'm down for the game, nigga, download it. Thug poet, make my pictures roll it, name it, probably sold it. 100,000 on my neck, I froze it. In the trap, I'm cozy. Flow harder than the SATs, grew up banging RGB. Niggas throwing shade, I just chill up under money tree. Niggas from the hood, now they wanna see us overseas. Young black man, about to build his own company, poet.
And you know it, the nuts about to come out. The nuts about to get extreme, y'all. The nuts is about to start tearing shit up with a peaceful protest. Stay tuned. You know they is. Their heart is hurt. My body, my choice. Abortions is over with. Sing it!
Get 'em.
Sex, money, trust, power, respect, it's a lifestyle. Ain't nothing like you rap niggas live what we be talking about. Been at it for a while. Tell the nigga check my seed file. Whole squad getting money by the pound. They don't want no smoke, I keep the army on speed down. Never leave no witnesses, so there'll never be a trial. 100 round clip, that's a flagrant 9, do your foul. Pull up on your squad, cock, ain't squeal. Model bitches on my dick, I swear was there before the deal. She don't do gymnastics for the squad, I bet she called Will. Pop that pussy like a pill, pop that pussy for the real. Off this rap, we making racks, now it's time to get the meals. Niggas said we wouldn't be shit, they like cause we is the shit. Yeah, cause they striking that we bury bombs with the hits. See your wifey backstage, she wanted me to sign a tit. She said she thirsty, I ain't selfish, so I let her drink the kiss. Life is good, life is great, they doing that, that's why they hate after this verse. Say I'm the best, look at my watch, told them they late. It's no good back, why BMF, I be your favorite rapper, segregate. On these beats I urinate, I defecate, ejaculate. Predator, pray, woke up like what I'm gonna eat today. Kill rappers, pile 'em on the plate. Get in the booth and levitate. You niggas fake, you featherweight. We heavyweight, we dominate. Flow heaven sitting, season like grandma's marinade. Yeah.
Okie Dean said we get 2 a day. Hell yeah, you get 2 a day, Okie Dean. Shit, I got super chat. You probably get 4 a day if the news keep on coming out right. You know what I'm saying? With my new channel. But anyway, y'all, this is something that just came. I'm gonna be breaking news and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be reading, which I don't like to do on videos. But if I'm gonna be reporting breaking news, I gotta do a little bit more reading on this damn channel. And sometimes I can't do videos. I gotta do reading, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm probably gonna mix in some videos and stuff like that. But I had to come out with the news before everybody else came out with the news, before you get it on another conservative channel and get their opinion. I think you need to get my opinion first. It's probably too late for some of y'all on the East Coast. You probably sleep. You probably didn't get my notifications, something like that. That's okay. When you wake up, you have something to watch in the morning, right? You can watch it on the news. It's going to be on all the news channels and stuff. You're going to say, now, wait a minute. Black Rosebud has something to say about this. Let me turn the Black Rosebud video, and then you can get my commentary. So you're in for a double treat, right? Now, let's get into it, right? Now, we all know Roe v. Wade, right? We all know that Mississippi verdict, you know what I'm saying, about the women's body, my choice, and you can make decisions with your body supposedly without government law and government this and government interruption and all those shit, right? Now, we know about all of that, right? Now, we hold on. Am I on? This thing on? Oh, yeah. We know about all of that, right? Now, it's been a leak, right? It's been a leak, something that has never been happened before on this magnitude of the Supreme Court decision, right? They writing a draft and stuff like that because I guess the decision was made in February, right? And the draft was being drafted by, I think, Judge Alito, whatever his name is, right? And now it's being leaked, right? One of the most important decisions in Supreme Court history, right? Probably the most important decision in Supreme Court history is being leaked, right? Now, within minutes of this story being leaked by Reuters or whatever, right? The publisher or whatever, the dude who leaked the information or the fucking thing, right? This leak, right? He was on Rachel Maddow's show like 5 minutes later, right? He leaked the story, and 5 minutes later he was on Rachel Maddow, right? How did that happen, right? How did he leak a story, then 5 minutes later he doing an interview on MSNBC about abortions, giving up all the beans, right? He wanted to be the first one to get it out, right? That means somebody got connections inside the Supreme Court. Somebody is a leak inside of the Supreme Court, like, right? You know what I'm saying? Because this information was not supposed to get out. Now let's get into this information right here, right? U.S. Supreme Court set to overturn Roe v. Wade. You know, abortions, right decision, Politico reports, right? Politico, I should have read the Politico, right? Washington, May 2nd. Records, the Supreme Court looks to set to vote to overturn Roe v. Wade because that legalized abortion nationwide, right? According to the leaked initial draft majority opinion published by Politico on Monday, the unprecedented leak, this is unprecedented, meaning it never happened before, from the conservative majority Supreme Court sends shockwaves through the United States, right? It sends shockwaves. Like tomorrow, you're going to see all kind of shockwaves, right? They got people already outside the Washington White House, outside the Capitol building, protesting late at night and shit, you know what I'm saying? They got people on the way. It's going to be some shit, y'all, come tomorrow. Not least because the court prides itself on keeping its eternal deliberation secrets and its leaks extremely uncommon, right? So this is extremely uncommon for a court to have this kind of leak, right? Especially the Supreme Court, right? Somebody snitching, right? Somebody snitching. Why is it somebody's always snitching on a Republican, on a conservative? Nobody ever snitch or drop a leak on a Democrat, on a liberal. It's always the Republicans, right? The Democrats, they don't drop nothing on you to after the shit happened, right? After they through with you. Then they'll find some leaks on you, some evidence, some old videos, some old statements, something you said, something you done, and then they throw your ass up under the bus, right? But it's only Republicans like Donald Trump, Joe Biden, ain't nothing leaking out of his White House, you know what I'm saying? Joe Biden, wasn't nobody leaking out shit out of his White House. Donald Trump, it was a leak every motherfucking day on every topic, right? Let me get on. Records was not able to confirm that it was real. The Supreme Court and the White House declined to comment, right? The White House and the Supreme Court decide is not comment, but you best to believe they're going to ask Jen Psaki this shit in the morning. Soon as she go to her White House national daily briefing or whatever, they going to hit her with the question, right? They going to hit Joe Biden with the question. Because remember, Joe Biden was always talking about that. Where my water at? Damn. That women rights. Women rights this. Women rights that. I fight for women rights. I've been fighting for women rights for years. Huh? Joe Biden always said that. Where me some water at? Right? But this decision is going to be affecting the America like never before, right? Let me see. Rutgers was not able to. Well, we read that, right? Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. Judge Samuel Alito, his name Alito, wrote in the draft opinion, which was dated February 10th, according to Politico, which posted a copy online. You can go get a copy. It's like 90 pages or something like that. So if you want to get a copy of the report and shit like that, you can. Or you can hit this link right here, which I ain't fit to do, because that shit is 90 damn pages. And I ain't reading no 90-page report, right? It's going to be a lot of hood rats in certain cities. They'll be mad, right? They got to stop spreading their legs. They got to start using condoms. They got to start getting these shots. All right? They can't be opening their legs, getting pregnant, having these niggas pumping these babies up in them, and then going to kill them. They can't do that no more. That shit is out. It's going to be a lot of hood rats out here mad. They ain't got no backup plan. It's going to be a lot of niggas out here mad if you really got to pay for that baby, if you really going to have to take care of that baby, if that baby really going to be born. Because there ain't no way to get no abortion. People are really going to think about this. People know how to keep themselves safe. They kept themselves safe from COVID, right? You told them to mask up, take the shots, right? You can do the same thing with pregnancy, right? You can strap up, take a shot if you don't want to get pregnant. If you don't want to get sick, you took the shot. Well, what happened if you don't want to get pregnant? You can do the same thing, right? You protected yourself in COVID in every which way. Wash your hands, wear the glove, wear the mask, stay 6 feet away. You can do the same thing when it comes to safe sex. The same thing. You ain't got to be dropping no babies in nobody. So this law is something that's going to make people think about having babies out of wedlock. It's going to make people think about having babies, right? Because there ain't no way to get no abortion. So, of course, people are going to think differently about having safe sex. Because alternative, if you slip up and you have unprotected sex and you have a baby, you can't get abortion. So you think, right? And you think dudes who know that there's no reason, there's no chance that you're going to have an abortion, right? You think they ain't going to try to strap up? You think a woman who is not ready to have a kid is not going to go take that shot? It's a way to protect yourself, right? Based on the leader's opinion, the Roe V decision allowed abortions performed before a fetus would be viable outside the womb between 24 and 28 weeks of pregnancy was wrongly decided because the U.S. Constitution makes no specific mention of abortion rights, right? The U.S. Constitution, right? So the U.S. Constitution, when it was written, it had nothing written up in it, no constitution or nothing like that about abortion rights. So abortion rights is not in the Constitution unless you make it, right? And that's why I think the Democrats are going to try, you're going to hear a lot about this, you're going to hear about the filibuster tomorrow. We need the filibuster so we can put in these laws. They're going to run big on that. That's going to be their campaign shit, right? It's going to be their abortion. It came at the right time. It gave the Democrats some type of energy because they're going to run on it. You need to vote us in for the right for your body. You know what I'm saying? To say, yeah, to control your body, right? The Republicans want to control your body. They don't want you to have choice of your body. Vote us in so you can have free choice of your body. That's going to drive a lot of women passionate, this Roe versus Wade shit. A lot of these liberal women that's been going crazy over abortions at these rallies and shit like that, they're going to be strong because they believe in women's rights. The Democrats going to jump on this, huh? They're going to ride this to November. They got something to talk about now. They got a talking point. Watch how much abortion talk be in the next couple of months, right? You're going to start hearing it tomorrow. You're going to hear Nancy Pelosi. You're going to hear the squad. You hear Joe Biden. You hear Jen Psaki crying. You hear Don Lemon talking about how racist it was. You hear MSNBC. You hear all the players. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be a national campaign. You're going to hear bus rides, rallies, marches, sit-ins, walkouts, all over women's rights. They didn't fight. They didn't fight this hard when women's rights was getting taken in high school by grown-ass men want to run track or swimmers want to swim. It wasn't about no women's rights then. But now, since there's abortion, right, and they got something to fight, now they finna fight for women's rights again. Now they have another reason to reignite the flame. Huh? This is a talking point for them. Abortion presents a profound moral question. The Constitution does not prohibit the citizens of each state from regulating or prohibiting abortions, Alito said, right? So each state, it should be left up to the local states and the local officials and the local governments and shit like that. They need to have the laws put in place, right? That's why they say if this Mississippi thing is overturned and there's no statute on abortion, they can make it a national law about abortions. The Democrats are scared of that, right? And what the Republicans are scared of, the Democrats can run on this, right? And then if the Republicans don't take the House, right, the Democrats can make laws, right, and they can end the filibuster because all they need is a couple of seats to end the filibuster, right? So this abortion, right, it can go both ways. Both sides can win And both sides can lose. One side is going to win on this abortion, and one side is going to lose. Hopefully, something else comes up, right, between this that adds a little like passion to this same little topic, right? But if not, you're going to have people like this outside, right?
Stand with the babies. Stand with the babies.
Abortion is healthcare. Abortion is healthcare. Abortion is healthcare. Abortion is
Huh? You have people like this.
Abortion. Stand with the babies. Stand with the babies.
See, you got anti-protesters and you got pro-life protesters, right? You got both sides out there, pro-life and anti-life, I guess if that's what you call it, right? Now it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a debate. Both sides got passion now because people who are pro-life, they got passion behind them too, right? This is the law that they've been wanting passed for years. They've been wanting the right to protect life and stuff like that. So both sides are going to have passion, right, behind this. Remember, it's been abortion clinics shot up, right? It's been people that shot up all kind of rallies and stuff about abortion. These people are fanatics on both sides, right? It's fanatics on a pro-life and an anti-life, if you that's what you want to call it, right? But it's people and fanatics on both sides that are crazy about this shit, will risk life, will risk prison, will risk anything, you know what I'm saying, for their cause because they believe it's right, right? That's why these people on a couple of hours within the leak. Think about this, right? It was only leaked, right? It was only leaked, and you got all these people out here right now protesting on just a leak, right? That's like 300 people out there protesting already on the leak that only happened a couple of minutes ago, right? That just happened, right? Imagine how many people are going to be out there tomorrow in Mississippi, Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, all these different little places, you know, Las Vegas, holding rallies, right? Detroit, right? Imagine, look how they're going to use the race card. They're going to use the race card a lot on this video, on this topic right here, right? But they don't want to use the race card about how the people that are getting these abortions are 1/3 black, over 60% of color, people of color, right? They're not talking about that. They're not talking about how racist that is by killing black populations. But they're gonna quick to tell you how abortions is racist, right? How they need the vote, how they need to remain in office, so they can fight for your right to have an abortion, so they can fight for your right to have choice of your body. That's something they're gonna run on for the next couple of months. Freedom of choice. My body, it's going to be something. It got to have something to run on so they can have talking points so they can make you forget about all the other fucked up things they have done. Now they have a cause and a fight. Now they got to end the filibuster, right? To make abortion a federal law. Put it in the Constitution. That's how you make it federal law, and they want to do that. That's what they're aiming to do. You'll hear a lot about this shit tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. Let's go back into the article, right? The news broke a little more than 6 months before the midterm elections that will determine if Democrats hold their razor-thin majorities in the U.S. Congress in the next 2 years of President Joe Biden's term, right? It's awfully strange. It's 6 months before the election. They got 6 months to run on this shit. You see how they put that in? The news broke a little more than 6 months. Abortion is the most divisive issue in the United States, right? Ever damn near. Besides slavery and all that other shit, in the last 50, 60 years, abortion has been the most divisive subject. Not money, not gang, not religion, not race, not any of that. Abortion. Because it goes across all color lines. It divides all color lines. It divides all classes. Right? It's one of the most anger-filled, right? The most violent filled, the more openly openly, how I say, opinionated fields in the last 50 years. People will talk passionate about abortions, right? On both sides. And you can understand both sides, right? You can understand why some people feel like that, because I remember when I was a liberal, right? And I understood why people would get abortions on the circumstances, right? But since I've changed, I've become conservative, I understand why people shouldn't get abortions. And the cause and the harm and the damage that it's not only doing to the woman, but to the community, to society, and hell, to the black fucking race. Right? The decision is a direct assault on the dignity, rights, and lives of women, not to mention decades of settled law. The former U.S. Secretary Hillary Clinton said, I don't want to read more of her shit. It will kill and subjugate women, even as vast majority of Americans think abortion should be legal. What an utterance disgrace, right? So majority of Americans think abortion should be legal. How do you know that? I don't really believe in these polls, because a lot of these polls, right? Some people don't even have opinions on abortion, one way or the other, right? So I don't believe majority of the people or won't vote legal abortions, right? I think some people just don't give a fuck because they don't know, or they don't have any knowledge on abortion, right? If they had a little bit more knowledge, they can make a better decision. But they have no knowledge on abortion, like I had no knowledge on abortion. So I really didn't give a fuck one way or the other. It's a high percentage of people who just don't give a fuck because they don't know the damage it does to the woman, psychological, mental, and all that shit. So because men, we don't go through it, right? And certain women in our neighborhood, they're taught to get over it quick, right? You can have certain people have mental breakdowns and stuff like that over, you know, saying something like an abortion. But some women, like in certain classes, right, not just black women, right, it's white women out there too, in certain classes don't give a damn about getting an abortion. It's a part of life. It's a part of culture, right? Republican Senator Tom Cotton said Roe was egregiously wrong from the beginning, and I pray courts follows the Constitution and allow states to once again protect unborn life, right? It's up to the state to protect unborn life, right? Like, I forgot what that senator said, I forgot his name, who always said, is it a baby? What do you consider a baby? If it's 3 months, if it's 2 months out of the womb, or if it's still 2 months in the stomach. What do you call a baby? If it's 2 months if it's 2 months till it's born, if it's 7 months in the stomach and it got 2 months left, is it a baby then? Right? Remember, California came up with a law, right, that you can basically, I don't want to say, if your baby happened to die 7 days after it's born, or a certain period after it's born, right, they're not going to do no investigation. Basically, they're talking about abortion after birth. But as laws put in place, they're saying give these states these laws because other states, right, that can't overturn they abortion law because of Roe v. Wade. They have this reference point where I have to live up to the standard in this case. Remember, because in most law cases, you have to have a standard or a law or some kind of precedent set on what laws is. The precedent set on abortions is a woman is control of her body. She only can make it with the decision with her and the doctor. The government has nothing to do with it. They can't put in no laws to protect the unborn child, right? See, the law is not put in to protect the woman, right? And that's what the Democrats want you to believe. Right? And that's what they're going to push. We want to protect the woman. We want to protect the woman. Right? The Democrats want to protect the woman. The Republicans want to protect the baby. The Republicans say that baby have just as much rights as any other citizens in America. That unborn baby with his own heartbeat, his own fingerprint, his own blood, right? His own DNA. He has just as much right, or she has just as much right to live as any other human being. So we're not protecting the woman. right? We can protect the woman with technology, medicine, exercise, food, diet. We can protect the woman like that, treatments and stuff. But our job as a Republican is to protect that baby. Make sure that baby has a chance. Make sure that baby be productive, right? Or give that baby opportunity at life, right? But the Democrats say, we fighting because we don't want the woman to be discomfort, right? We don't want the woman to suffer mentally, or something like that, right? We want to protect the woman well-being. It's not about the baby. So it's two arguments, and they both going to argue that point, they points, right? You're not going to hear the Democrats say, we're not really worried about the baby, because that'd be a fucked up thing to say. Well, we are really worried about the baby. We really don't care if the baby died or not. We really worried about the kid. That'd be a fucked up thing to say. And the Democrats and the Republicans can't say they don't give a fuck about the lady, because that would be fucked up. And they're not saying they don't give a fuck about the lady. What they're saying is, right, your choice comes second, right, now that you are responsible for another life. So your choices in life are second because you took the responsibility or you took the risk of having unprotected sex, which you could have prevented, right? And you made a mistake. If that was the case, right? You made a mistake, but your mistake brought a human life, right, to this world. Now we're supposed to end that human life because of a mistake that you made, right? You say the baby gonna make you sick, the baby gonna make you healthy. How all of a sudden with all this new technology and all this, it wasn't that many abortions back in the days. You mean to tell me technology and women done got sicker since Roe V. Wade, right? They mental and their bodies then became more weaker, more susceptible to disease, right? How has that happened? I thought women evolved over time, got stronger. You telling me all of a sudden these women that got weaker, they can't have a baby because they mentally and not physically capable? When did this transition happen? Huh? I thought with better diet that we got right now, better knowledge, better information, right? Better technology, better equipment, right? I thought we'd be better off and we'd be bringing a baby into the world a little bit safer than we was back in the 60s and 70s when we didn't have all this technology. We didn't have all these breakthroughs and stuff like that. Now we got it, and women are weaker. Women are getting sicker. And not early in stages like back in the days. They're getting more sicker late in the stage. All of a sudden, there's a string of women having late-term abortions because they're getting sick after 8 months, after 6 months, after 5 months. Now all of a sudden, their body can't take it. After initial vote amongst, we right here? Okay, no, we right here. 4 of the other Republicans appointed Justice Clarence Thomas, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Barrett, right? Voted with Alito in the conference held among the justices, right? You notice whose name is not on there? Roberts' name is not on there, so it was 5-4. But they said Roberts is probably undecided. We don't know what the fuck Roberts gonna do right now, right? We don't know what the fuck Roberts gonna do, right? So at times in between the initial vote, the ruling between release the vote, a line can change, right? They said that the vote can change, right? And that's what the protest is over. It ain't finalized until like June. So they got a month to try to push this, oh, you must change the vote, oh, you're just racist, oh, you're trying to fight against women's rights and have safe bodies and safe lives and healthy lives and all this sort of shit. So it's going to be some shit, right? Because they're going to push. You need to don't make this law, right? Because remember, it's not a law yet. They only released an outline, and the outline was leaked, right? The reason why the outline was leaked, because it gives them time to fight before the law is actually finalized. The court, which has 6-3 conservative majority, heard all arguments in November in Mississippi. Remember that? All arguments, right? When Roberts like was fit to go with the liberals and stuff like that, and they was talking about that shit on the news, like, well, I don't think Roberts is really going to go with the conservatives on this side because he asked them too many questions, right? So they know it's 5-4 for show. The only thing they don't know if Roberts made it 6-3, right? They don't know if Roberts want to be, like I said, they don't know if he want to stay conservative or he want to jump over there to the left. So they're not sure what Roberts want to do, right? All right. Majority declined uphold Mississippi. Majority man. Roe V is the decision and right to personal privacy in the United States protects a woman's ability to terminate her pregnancy. Christian conservatives and many Republican office holders have long sought to overturn this, right? Long sought. Republicans been talking about overturning this for years, right? And the Democrats always talked about this, right? My choice, my body. They have a lot of different sayings, a lot of different quotes, right? So the Democrats have always rant on this, and they always said Republicans was evil, you know what I'm saying, for wanting to stop abortions, wanting to save the baby and shit like that. They was evil for that. They didn't care about women. They didn't care about women's rights. Well, it's not about women's rights. It's about human rights. And that baby inside of that stomach is a human. What about the baby rights? Huh? The Supreme Court in 1992 ruling called Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Pennsylvania and Casey reaffirmed the abortion rights and prohibit laws imposing an undue burden of abortion access, right? So Ramsey versus Casey also, whatever this is, Casey versus whatever, Pennsylvania, also upheld the Mississippi ruling, right? So all these laws are being overturned slowly but slowly. The Casey law was overturned. Now the Roe versus Wade was overturned. Now there's no precedents, right, set on abortion laws. So now what you can do, you can set your own. That's what the Democrats are scared of. That's why they can't give the Republicans a majority. They say if you give the Republicans a majority, they're going to vote this in. And there's going to be a nationwide ban on abortions. Woo! That's a hell of a talking point. Hell of a talking point, right? Mississippi asked the justice to overturn both rulings, and Alito's draft opinion largely adopts the Republican states' arguments, right? So they need both of these arguments overturned. And they gonna get overturned. That's what the draft says. The draft said both of them son of a bitch finna get overturned. Republicans could try to enact a nationwide ban on abortions, right? While Democrats could also seek to protect abortion rights on a national level, right? That all has to do with majority, right? I think the Democrats, I think Republicans should leave it at the state level. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some states still, like we want abortions and we are a liberal state and shit like that, and we think this and we think that, you know what I'm saying? It may be laws put in place. I don't know. I don't know what's the best result. I'm not a politician, you know, or I don't try to get into that, and I don't know the ins and the outs and all that shit, so I don't know how it would end out, if it was be fucked up, if women start doing things, or women start moving, or women start having these illegal abortions, and women start leaving out of states. I don't know what the solution is, right? But I know some people in some states feel strongly about having babies basically aborted in their state, having their tax-paying money pay for this shit, right? Having hospitals, you know what I'm saying, the way these babies are disposed of and things like that. You know, it's a lot of people are very against that, right? Republican Supreme Josh Hawley said without evidence that last week likely that the leak was likely from a liberal inside the court, right? You know it from a liberal. It had to be. Ain't no Republican or ain't no conservative gonna leak that. They gonna think about this. Democrats always say, respect the courthouse, respect the law, respect the decision. They always say that. Is you gonna respect this decision? Because every time a police get arrested, every time somebody go to jail for this and that, y'all want to fight for justice. Y'all talking about let justice handle this, and y'all wanted the courts to handle this, and y'all want people to stick with the decision. Is y'all gonna do it on this case? right? Is you gonna respect the courthouse? Is you gonna respect the ruling? Or are you gonna try to fight against it? Or are you gonna try to make them overturn it? Or are you gonna try to make them make a decision that's more of your liking instead of the liking of the Constitution or people fucking right to live? Right? It's going to be two sides of this. Right? Okay. The justice must have been given attempted court stay strong. Okay, let's see what this bitch got to say. I ain't read nothing. Let's see what this bitch got to say. Hold on. What she got to say?
On taking the majority of the conversation was about migration and was about continued work.
Oh, she's talking about migration. This is about migration. I thought she was talking about this thing, right? The U.S. Treasury said on Monday it expects to pay down $26 billion in debt the second quarter from a January borrowing. Oh, this is some other shit. It's not the. Oh, I guess the story is over. Right? Right? But I just had to break this story to y'all because, like I say, tomorrow is a start of some brand new shit. I should have some abortion videos by tomorrow or something like that. You know, I got to. Probably tomorrow, not tomorrow, because I gotta go on this damn Houston trip, right? But I'm pretty sure, right, it's gonna be a lot of videos on abortion rights by some of these Democrats, and I'm just gonna edit them, right? I'm just gonna record them and make clips out of them because this is gonna be the fight, right? I want to, like I said, I want to be able to ask people on the street about abortions, you know, especially black people, right? What they think about if abortions become legal, especially men. Right, I really want to ask black men in the hood what they think about if abortions become illegal. What would they do? What precautions would they take? Right? Would they man up and be a father? I think if they want to make, right, if they want to make right, if the Democrats really wanted to bring black families together, right, they would make laws that would bring the black man into the house. They would make laws that bring the man into the house, that bring families together to get married, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be a whole. But Democrats make laws to stay outside the house. Democrats make laws to keep the black population down, right? Homosexuality keeps the black race down, right? Prison keeps the black race down. Homicide keeps the black race down, right? Dating outside the race keeps the black race down, right? Everything that the Democrats are allowing, keeping the black man out the house, keep the black race down because a woman ain't able to produce no more because she's not really going to have too many babies outside of the household, right? Because she knows there will never be a man inside of the house, right? So she keeps her distance from men. She probably move a man in, but she can never get married because she might lose all her incentives. They ought to make something where black couples ought to get more incentives, you know what I'm saying, more tax breaks and all that shit to stay together. Not more tax breaks and better benefits if they stay apart. A man get better benefits if he's not married too. Black people get better benefits if they're not together. And Democrats want to keep it that way. Right? They don't want you to be together and have more kids. They want you to stay apart, and if you have an accident, kill it. Right? They don't want you to have a man in your house to protect you. A black man to look over your kids. A black man to help you build a foundation. Right? So kick the man out the house, and we'll protect, and we'll do all that shit for you. We'll protect your kids. We'll put you in we'll put a sense of security on you, right? All you got to do is stay at the house and keep a black man out. Follow our rules, right? Don't ever educate yourself. You can educate yourself, but we advise you don't. Teach your kids to do the same thing. Teach your kids this is the way to live. Teach your kids that Section 8 is really like the lottery. So they can teach their kids. Right? This shit's getting sick because, like I say, right, I think if more black people was educated about abortions, right, if Planned Parenthood was really there to Planned Parenthood, right, you ask the man and the woman to come up in there and y'all sit down and have a talk about the babies, the best things and the worst things and stuff like that, programs that they can enter and stuff like that, programs that they can use. right, incentives that they may have, right, I'm pretty sure that would be a better better Planned Parenthood than you just bringing a woman up in there saying, well, you shouldn't have a baby. It's all right. You're not ready yet. Everyone does it. Whatever question they asked them, I can only imagine the question they asked them. But it's not Planned Parenthood. It's a planned assassination. The man has no say so. The man don't come in. They don't get no tutoring, no lessons, no life lessons. You know what I'm saying? No precautions. They don't get nothing. Right? 1/3 of the abortions aborted is blacks. Think about that. 1/3 of the people being murdered on the streets are black. 1/3 of the people in prison are black. Don't let these Democrats sit up there and tell you they fighting for your right. They fighting for democracy. When every aspect of life, and the homeless, 1/3 of them black, every aspect of life, we are at the bottom of the totem pole. Huh? Why? Because the Democrats want to keep it that way. Remember, Black Wall Street was only burned down by a gang of black angry white men because they didn't want the black man to have more than them. That's the same reason the Jim Crow laws were put in place. Because they didn't want the black man to have more than the white man. The same thing is going on now. But they found a more clever way to do it. You know, they found a smarter way to do it. They found a more joyful way to do it. They can fuck you now with a smile. Right? You're going to hear a lot about this, right? Because this is the only thing they got to talk about. It's a lot of passionate women, right, that don't give a fuck about Ukraine, right? They rather pay high-ass tax, gas, plane, food, and all that than to have this abortion rights passed, right? Remember, when Chuck Schumer was out there like, Gorsuch, you're going to pay, Gorsuch, he was out threatening people in front of the courthouse with a gang of angry ass women. Threatening them, you're going to pay, you're going to feel the full wrath. Huh? That was him. How Chuck Schumer going to feel in the morning? What he going to say in the morning? What Nancy Pelosi going to say? What Joe Biden going to say? Watch what I tell you tomorrow. Republicans are going to talk about the baby right. The Democrats are going to talk about the women's rights. The Democrats are going to talk about how it's right, while Republicans are going to tell you about how it's wrong. The Democrats are going to tell you what you can't do, while the Republicans are going to tell you what you can do, what you should do, what you could do. Right? The Democrats going to say this is about race, right? The Republicans going to say, no, it's about humanity, dignity, God's gift. Right? The Democrats going to take God out. The Republicans going to put God in. On every argument on this, you're going to have the opposite of everyone every topic somebody want to bring up. It's going to be the exact opposite to every fucking topic. That's how you create division. That's how this has been the most divisive topic in United States history. It divided churches. It divided religions. It divided races. It divided countries. This topic right here is, people are forced to get them. People are forced not to get them. Remember, in some countries, you can't even have them. They're high on them. You can't get abortion. That's like a disgrace. That's a slap in the face. Your family will disown you in some cultures, in some countries. Not over here. Some people, I mean, I'm talking about the country as a whole. It's still people will disown your ass in the United States. Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about as a whole, the country will disown you. Will cast you out because you killed a human life. The United States is the only country in the world that allows you to do that on a regular basis and get away with it. Right? But that's this show. I want to do a short show. I'm about to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But tune in tomorrow. I will be doing a skit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be finishing up a skit and things like that. But I had to show y'all this information before they showed y'all this information. I wanted to be the first to show y'all the information. Me, Black Rosebud. Me, that's who. You feel me? So I'll see y'all tomorrow and tune in tomorrow for more Black Rosebud Live. And that's the channel. I'm out this bitch.